All right, keep going with that bass. Just keep that pattern going. And then Bobby McFerrin will kind of like move, like kind of improvise a little bit in his voice, and he ends up coming up with something for the next part to do. Yeah, just keep that going. Wait, listen first before you do anything. 3, just listen to what I'm doing. And this will be few octaves. Think you can do that? Here we go. Right? And over here, what do we do? You're like, ooh, gotta set up for that one. Here we go. And just keep those kind of things going. And now tenors, we need something else that's gonna fit in there. Like what would be cool? And just keep this going. And then Bobby McFerrin, on top of all of this, he'll just kind of improvise, right? So you get a sense of how this works, right? It's kind of nice and it's fresh and it's refreshing. Nice. That's really nice, guys. That was really pretty. You guys are all awesome, so I know that's... So the music theorists in here, the ones who've studied music, you may have been thinking about like, what's the key and what's the tempo and what's the meter and what's the feel and what's the phrasing and who's on the third and all that kind of stuff. But the bottom line is, you don't need any of that to do this. In fact, those of you who don't have that knowledge have an easier way into this because you're more used to creating music by ear and just kind of hearing how things fit and how things work. So let me get a few volunteers. Who's feeling like starting out? Your hand went up first, and you can come and we'll grab you, and how about you? And we'll do 5. So you're all gonna get a chance. You'll get a chance. Everybody gets a chance. Yeah. Is it? You guys are all? Yeah. Nice. Awesome. Okay, so here's what I want to have happen. Now I'm going to kind of jump a couple steps ahead. Usually when I'm working with people, then I'll do a circle sound, and then I'll kind of hand off parts, and they'll get used to it or whatever. But I'm going to let you know the ending. The ending is, the ending is that nobody needs to tell you what to sing because you probably already know yourselves. Any more than when you sit down in the cafeteria, someone needs to tell you like, okay, now talk about cookies. You know what I mean? Go. You just know how to have a conversation. And you've been surrounded by music your whole lives, so let's just start this. One of you, who's feeling like you want to kind of start it? You do. I can already see, like, you're like, I guess I will, because you're already, the wheels are going. So, just like any conversation, hear what she's doing, and then relate to it. And remember, you don't have to fill every second with sound. You can do little things in between. And remember, it doesn't have to be pitched sound. It could be vocal percussion. It can be cricket noises. It can be anything. And so let's just see. I have no idea what's going to happen right now. Let's just see what happens. Go. You like it? Yeah. Amazing! What? I mean, look, I'll be honest, like I do this periodically throughout the year with different kinds of groups of people. It never just comes right out. It sounds like a rehearsed piece of music. You guys, like, you listened so well. Initially, there wasn't a clear tempo, and it was almost kind of like a folk song start and stop, so you just went right with her, and you like locked in her key. And Mason, you're like, initially you're like, okay, we're in this key, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna throw in 4s and 5s, and like not even, I don't wanna get into music theory about it, but you took this whole thing into a place where when I was doing this kind of repeated kind of 2-measure or 4-measure phrase, you were like, we're just gonna go down the path into the woods. Let's find out where we go, man. And it ended up, and it was amazing. Yeah. And the groove was great. It was really great. Everyone's taking ownership of you. Like, it's great. And then the way the three of you, like, you started out with your part kind of being foreground, and then you guys jumped on and you created like this 2-part thing that went above, and then you shifted back and you're like, okay, now I'm gonna let that be the foreground thing. And like, it was like a great conversation where you're all listening to each other, and who knew what was going to come next, but it was beautiful. What did you guys experience watching this? Like, any thoughts from watching this? Like, was it cool or scary or what? Yeah, what'd you see? Yeah, it really had a shape to it, and the shape wasn't like same, it was like, it's going and it's going, but it was all very interconnected. Yeah? I was really impressed that it had that like meterless quality at the beginning, but it fell into the meter. The transition was really smooth. Right? Yeah, it's great. It's really beautiful. Yeah. Really cool. Oh, there are people here. Yes, hello. They were also in tune with the lot. Yeah, well, that's... It's always a possibility to just eat the corner. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. People weren't like swinging over each other trying to be correct or whatever. They were just like being happy. Right, yeah, it wasn't like, look at me, right? It didn't feel selfish. It just felt like, let's have a conversation, and then it was really honest that way, yeah. I was going to say, I like how they all came in at the same time. When she started, and like, they waited like 2 8 counts, and they all came in at the same time. That's rare, and then they all came in on like different chord factors. Don't just so you know, don't expect everything to always be like that, right? That's almost like Jinx, like you all came in like, oh, my favorite movie is, Dead Poet Society. Oh my God, you too? I mean, it was like one of those moments where you're like, what just happened? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. So usually what I end up doing is then I'll take another quintet, and then I'll take another quintet, and we'll kind of see where it goes. But I think you guys are ready for let's just jump to the end. But before I do that, I want to let you know, earlier I was talking with some of you guys in 11 and 12 about, or 13, 14, whatever numbers, I don't know, you're all, it's too many numbers. As a musician, I was told I only needed to count to 4. So bottom line, this is a great warm-up, especially if you have smaller groups, because it gives you a chance to warm up your voice where you need it. If you need it down low, you go down low. If you need it up high, you go up high. And, yeah, we were talking about this. Oh, of course. Or songwriting. Like, you could jam, they could have recorded that, someone probably did, and then like, let's turn that into a song with a couple tweaks and whatever, and then, or like write a melody on top of it, and it's a 6-part thing, and absolutely. But with my groups my original groups at Disneyland and Disney World, this would be often the warm-up. In American 5 was 8 singers, and it was 6 for Group 66 at California Adventure. But I would say like, okay guys, let's, if we had an early morning rehearsal or whatever, I'd say like, let's warm up, get in a circle, okay, go.